All right, these last three are really quick, so we're just going to blast right through them. All right, so your pharmacist asks you to find the total volume of pure salicylic acid needed to make 50 milliliters of ointment at 9% strength. How much salicylic acid do you need to measure? Okay, everything you need is spelled out right here for you in the problem. You are making 50 milliliters of ointment. It's 9% strength. So how much drug is in there? Salicylic acid. Okay, 50 milliliters, 9%. Really, 50 milliliters, 9%, expressed as a decimal, times 0.09, 4.5. Boom, answer C. Done. Moving on. If you thought it was any more complicated than that, if you had to do anything else, nope, that's literally it. Next question. You have 500 milliliters, half liter of 60% amoxicillin, and you're adding 40 ml of water. What is the new concentration of amoxicillin? So we have 500 ml, 60% of that is amoxicillin. So how much actual drug, how much antibiotic is in this solution to start with? Well, 60% of 500. So 500 times, remember, 60% expressed as a decimal is just 0.6. Okay. So 300 milliliters of amoxicillin. Now we're adding 40 ml of water to the original total volume of 500. So now it's 540, right? So originally we had a strength of 300 milliliters of amoxicillin in 500 milliliters of solution. It was 0.6, which is 60%, right? So now we have 300 milliliters of amoxicillin in 540. So just 300 divided by 540. Now it's 0.5555555 repeating. Okay, so instead of 60%, we can call this 55.55555. You can say 55.56. We could even maybe get away with rounding to 55.6 milliliters. Okay, I wouldn't round any more than that. Typically in pharmacy, you don't want to be dealing with whole integers up and down with your base unit, milliliters, milligrams. You don't really want to stray in terms of rounding. You don't really ever want to clip off past the 100th place is the safe conservative bet, maybe 10th place, but you don't really want to be rounding to full numbers. Okay, so 55.56, 55.6, acceptable answers. Okay. All right, and now I'm looking at the slate of multiple choice answers, and of course they have rounded it to a whole number, which I just said you're typically not going to do. But in this case, if you encountered something like this on a test, 53 is way too low. 38 and 35 are garbage. They're ridiculous. It is 56. Out of these four answers, 56 is the answer that you would choose because it is the most precise. And lastly, find the total volume of a solution in which you used 50 milligrams of 20% hydrocortisone to get 10% hydrocortisone. All right. So 50 milligrams of 20% hydrocortisone is, of course, 50 times 0.2. 20% expressed as decimal. All right, so that's 10 milligrams of hydrocortisone. Okay, we're trying to figure out what the total volume is if we used 50 milligrams of the 20. All right, so we know that the 50 milligrams of 20 that we're bringing to this mixture contains 10 milligrams of drug. Do any of these answers look like 10 milligrams would be 10% of that amount? Should jump right off the screen and smack you in the face. As 10% of 100 is 10. So 100 milligrams is going to be the correct answer for that last one. See, you barely had to put any pen to paper, do any algebra, set up any grids. Pretty much all of these questions you could look at with just sharp logic and a calculator and blast right through. Save yourself some time.